It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
It's very cold. Winter is here in North Carolina.
It really is. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining rAVe TV. I'm Steph Beckett, managing editor of rAVe Pubs. And joining me this week is, who are you?
Emily Dean.
Perfect. So, yes, Gary is, he's on a plane or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as usual. But when Gary's not here, he's on a plane. But we were just talking about how, North Carolina, it was like 80 2 days ago, and now it is like 50 degrees. So
there was something that I read in reference to Monday's weather here in North Carolina, and it said, welcome to today's lineup. Spring will begin at 10 a.m. Summer will be at 12. Fall will be at 5, and winter will be at 10 p.m.
Literally, that's what it's been like. It's been horrible. I think I wore like a cute little fall outfit on Monday to the office, and I was like, no, I actually didn't. I wore a sweatshirt, but it was a cute sweatshirt, and I was like sweating.
I know.
Walking out, I was like, oh, this is a perfect fall outfit, and I like get to the office, I'm like dripping.
Yeah.
Like, never mind. But yeah, so I wanted to first just talk about, we have a brand new rAVe TV show that is coming out tomorrow, premiering at pretty much the same place that you're watching right now. So if you can see us, you're going to be able to see the rAVe Esports show tomorrow with Bubba Gaddert. It is November 2nd, 12 Eastern, and they are going to be on the first and third Thursday of every month. There's going to be 2 episodes each month of the rAVe Esports show. So it's going to be so cool, so exciting. And to get you guys just a little bit more excited, to kind of give you a little bit of what that's going to be like, we actually have a clip of Gary's Rants and Raves he did with Bubba where they're talking about like what this show is going to be like, what you guys can expect. So we're going to roll that clip for you right now.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K, and welcome to a special edition of my Rants and Raves video cast, because I'm going to introduce you to someone who's going to be very important to rAVe over the next coming years, Bubba Gaddert, who is going to host the rAVe Esports show. Bubba, I'm so excited about this. Let's go ahead and make the announcement. What do you think?
I'm ready. I'm pumped. Let's tell the world how awesome rAVe is and everything about esports. Let's do it.
Well, we could not have partnered with a better person. I'm going to have you tell everyone about your background, but let's go ahead and make the announcement. On starting November 2nd, every first and third Thursday of the month at noon will be the rAVe Esports show with Bubba Gaddert. And so it'll be basically every first and third Thursday. Those months where there's an extra Thursday, we'll skip that. But the first and third Thursday of the month, it will be the industry's only esports show, and this is going to be big because esports. Look, timing could not have been better. Just last week, the International Olympic Committee announced that they're going to have esports as an Olympic sport. We have over 20 universities that have it as a Division I scholarship sport for women. We've got a couple of hundred universities that have esports teams that are either varsity or club teams, and then you have I don't know how many high schools have esports?
Over 5,000 just in North America.
Yeah, just in North America alone. Now we're going to be broadcasting this thing global. So esports is a little different in Europe. It's very popular in Asia. In Europe, it's a little different because we don't have sports and college teams over there in the way that we do here. But Bubba, first I want everyone to know who you are and why you're doing this with us.
Well, I am just a guy who loves gaming, who loves esports. I love getting on television shows and podcasts and just talking about things I'm passionate about. And Gary, when you and your team said, hey, we need to do something in the audio video industry and all the other tech world that need to understand and learn more about scholastic esports, competitive gaming, recreational gaming, how it can be used in arenas and schools and buildings and spaces that a lot of the people you connect with in your audience who are putting those devices, all those mechanical things and tech into those spaces. I mean, I want to tell them what they need to know, and I want to share other people and other experts with them so they can just get a better understanding of what esports and gaming really is and how they can, leverage it for their organization.
So we're obviously very excited to premiere this show. I think it's going to be a good way for us to reach a new audience, and it's a good way for the audience to kind of get a better look at all of the AV components that go into a proper esports setup.
Yeah, Bubba has a lot of, I think we outlined maybe like the next 12 episodes, and they range anywhere from audio for esports, kind of what you need to know about getting it started in an education setting, and like just bringing on different industry guests and everything. And Bubba is obviously, as you guys saw, very well versed in the esports realm. And so, yeah, we're very excited to have this opportunity to kind of introduce the industry to esports more. I know that it was a big focus for info at the InfoComm show this past year, and I think they're bringing that to ISE, if I remember, or there was talks about it. So I think that this esports is just obviously a growing market that pro AV integrators and designers and consultants can really tap into and explore more.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So here at rAVe TV, we are very lucky to have 3 amazing sponsors and partners, and that's the reason why this show is what it is. And the first one that we're going to talk about today is Shure. So check out this spot about the MXA 920.
A camera tracking system can help all participants to have an equally effective communication experience. But without precise location data from the microphone, inaccurate camera views and movements can leave far-end participants feeling frustrated and fatigued. The MXA 920 ceiling array makes great camera tracking easy. With its multi-zone automatic coverage technology, it's easy to define the areas that you want to hear and see. Built-in voice activity detection ensures that unwanted room noises from keyboards or chip bags won't trigger a camera movement. The MXA 920 identifies each talker's precise location in real time with X, Y, and Z coordinates. These X, Y, and Z coordinates enable the camera system to frame a single person at a distance or capture simultaneous talkers. Unlike other array microphones that can only assign one camera preset per lobe, the MXA 920 can identify an almost infinite number of talker positions to support a totally fluid automatic tracking system either with or without presets. Even in larger rooms with multiple microphones and cameras, the MXA 920 accurately identifies who's talking and where they are in the room so that the camera system always shows the right person at the right time. The MXA 920's API allows it to be integrated with all kinds of camera tracking systems, whether they're hardware or software-based, with one camera or multiple cameras. Learn how the Microflex Advance MXA 920 can enable a premium video conferencing experience in your meeting room.
Okay, so let's jump into some of the news from this week. There's been a lot. Gary had a whole list, and he was like, make sure you cover this.
Yes,
So
there's
first
a lot
thing-
of news.
Yes, like what this week is just kind of popping for some reason.
Yeah.
So, okay, first things first, we got an email from the good folks over at Extron yesterday, and this was a message from their CEO, and they are like, all right, we have our products, we have everything in stock, we're ready to ship. Like supply chain, we don't know her. That's never affected us. No, I'm just kidding. They basically said that the supply chain issues, they're resolved. They've returned to the normal mode of operation. They have over 93% of their current products on the shelves, and they are ready to ship them to you. So
Yeah,
that's pretty bold, that they're coming out and like, we have stuff. So
it is a bold statement. And if you scan the QR code, you can go and read the full release from Extron CEO. And he just, again, addresses that the supply chain issues are over for them, that they have items in stock, that they're committed to their customers. This is a way of showing the commitment to their customers. And he also wraps it up by saying, over the past, what is it now, Steph? 3 years since, is that where we are?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Over the past, well, I guess maybe like 2 since the supply chain issue started affecting us, right? But anyways, they have been working on new products and not just working to solve the current shipping issues and product shortages. So he said that there's going to be a lot more news coming from Extron in the next coming months. And so we'll obviously be committed to covering all of that and keeping you guys up to date for the latest products and solutions from Extron. But it is something to kind of, I mean, it is a little relieving that a company this big as Extron has been able to swiftly and quickly address the supply chain issues and product shortage issues that they were faced with.
Yeah, I think it's if anything, it should be a little bit of a sigh of relief to like the greater industry, because if Extron, like I don't know if Extron got hit as hard as some companies did, just depending on where they get their components, where they get their microchips from. But for Extron to be like, we have 93% of our possible stock, like this is good news for probably most other companies as well.
Yeah, I would definitely take that. This is good news for the industry. So
yeah. Yeah. So next story we wanted to bring up, Lightwear Visual Engineering. They announced the Taurus UCX HC40, and this is a video switcher. This is for USB-C connectivity and all AV installations. So this is kind of a solution to simplify 4K video, audio, control signal transmission, and it provides that power over a single USB-C connection. So I thought that's pretty big. I think that this simplifies the install. It makes the setups a lot cleaner. And I think it has data speeds up to 5 gigabits per second. So it's USB 3.1 gen, I think. So this is very interesting. I think that, someone a few years ago was going to talk about how USB-C was really going to take over the industry. And I think that we're just now starting to see that is the case.
Yeah. And just the quality that USB-C offers and the speed at which it can transfer data and communicate from different systems is quite impressive.
It reminds me of the shirt that we gave away at InfoComm that had like the VGA on the back. It was like, never forget. Yeah. I think if I like saw a VGA in real life, I would be afraid.
You probably just have to go to some schools to look at, like some elementary schools. Carrie's shaking her head, yes.
Carrie's shaking her head. She's like, yeah, I'm real.
As a former teacher, yes.
She's real familiar with the VGA connector. Continuing on. So another one of our sponsors and partners is rAVe. rAVe has 2 new enterprise grade video options for medium to large meeting rooms. This is the Cam 520 Pro 3 with 12x optical zoom, and then full HD PTZ video camera, and the VB 350. This is a dual lens 4K PTZ video bar with smart frame technology, and it automatically centers participants as far as 22 feet away. So if you want to learn more about either the VB 350 or the Cam 520 Pro 3, all you have to do is scan the QR code, and that will lead you to the list of links of everything that Emily and I talk about today, and you can just click whichever one you want. So continuing on, we've got a new partnership on the horizon. This is with Spinetics and Sharp NEC Display Solutions Europe.
Yep.
So this is a ready-to-use digital signage solution. It's the companies say it's going to make digital signage accessible, secure, scalable. So the new solution has Spinetics DSOS, a dedicated operating system built into natively into the Sharp NEC displays with an integrated Intel SDM. So this is apparently going to be out of the box access to the free discovery plan of Spinetics ARIA CMS to quickly get started with your digital signage content on any number of screens without recurring fees.
Yeah, so I think this is an interesting partnership and one that will be received quite well from the community, and that it's just built into the display. Really, all you need to worry about is securing that display with the Spinetics system integrated, and it will make things easier for a lot of the integrators and installers as they're designing different digital signage systems.
That's definitely going to just get rid of a few extra steps that they have to like make sure that, you know, they have a CMS for the content set up. If it comes already on the display, like that's just much easier for you to just be able to like log in, push your content to the screen, you're ready to go.
Right.
So very interesting. Definitely read the full story by scanning the QR code. Our next story that Emily and I are covering today, this is from Clear One. This is on its Versa USB 22D Dante adapter. So this is basically going to let users connect any computer to a Dante network without first requiring things like a software installation or anything else to be downloaded ahead of time. So this can be used with any audio application for playback. And apparently it's ideal for small, mid-sized meeting spaces like an executive office or a little conference room or a smaller classroom or any type of like BYOM situation. So yeah, I thought that's very interesting as well, that we're seeing Dante utilized in this way.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen Clear One make anything like this in a minute.
No, I think that this is kind of just showing that Clear One is paying attention to the needs of its customers, and recognizing the growing BYOM need, bring your own meeting for devices in rooms and conference rooms and even like lecture halls. I mean, think about like when we were in school, the teachers pretty much had to utilize the computer that was in the room and like upload their systems.
PowerPoint.
Upload their PowerPoints to thumb drives or something. So I think this just it lets us know that Clear One is paying attention.
Exactly. So for our last sponsor and partner of the day, it is Legrand AV, and we have a really cool and quick video that we're going to show you from them.
When it comes to supply diversity, we're talking about how can we have an inclusive supply chain. Like I said, the more inclusive, the more diverse we figure it's the better opportunity of getting better results.
Supplier diversity is a subset of DEI. So when you talk about diversity, it's talking about who's in the room. When you talk about equity, who wants to be in the room, but there are barriers to keep them from actually being able to enter the room and be a part of the conversation. And equity is about fairness and giving people opportunities. Then when you look at inclusion, it's about people in the room having a voice and being a part of the process.
In anything that you see, whether it's sports or whatever, the more diverse a group is, more chances than not, the better those groups will be.
Supplier diversity offers a lot to the business. And the one thing that I really want people to know about it is not just a social issue, it's very much an economic issue. The reason I say that is mostly because our customers care about it. We care a lot about the customer experience, and our customers care whether or not we're actually implementing the processes and actually being the change that we talk about.
I kind of serve as liaison between diverse supplier and our internal stakeholders. So this kind of building those relationships and kind of seeing it through is kind of what makes me go on a day-to-day basis. So I don't want to be cliches, but I mean, it is a passion, right? You know, I'm a minority, I'm a veteran as well. So just having some of those characteristics that are part of what we deem as a diverse supplier, it gives you that extra drive.
And that's the thing about diverse suppliers. You're not a number. You are a significant part of their business. So you get the attention, you get the agility, you get their best foot forward at all times. You have an opportunity to make any situation better.
And it ties directly into what we're doing on the ERG side, right? Women-owned, LGBTQ+, veteran-owned, Black professional networks. So all that kind of ties into that. So we want to work with those ERGs to say, hey, be our champions in what we're doing. You might know something that we don't know. What do we need to do more of, right? And then that kind of helps us give a better vision of where we're trying to go.
And with Legrand, that's the culture. That's what I mean when I say I love working with the people here, because you're a name, you're a person, you actually matter here. Our customers matter to us. Our suppliers matter to us.
It's all about what you're passionate about. Find your passion, find your part of that whole supply diversity aspect, those layers of supply diversity. Find that and kind of be our champion and kind of push that initiative out across the organization.
So Legrand also gave us a link that you can definitely scan the QR code and find more about its supplier and partner diversity program. So definitely scan that, read more about it. So we've got a few more news stories before we start kind of winding down here. The first one is another one from Extron, and this is its 4K capable USB docking station. And this is for all UCC spaces.
Yeah.
And this is, yeah, like saying like USB and UCC like too many times. So it connects USB-C laptops to HDMI displays, and it supports up to 3 USB devices and data rates of up to 10 gigabytes per second, I think. And the company says that the HDMI output supports resolutions up to 4K. So another interesting docking station. I think we're seeing a lot of these lately.
Yeah, and I think it's because, again, as we've shifted working spaces, workplaces, it's more about that collaboration aspect and having systems built so that they can accommodate anyone coming into the office, people like maybe guests or remote workers coming into the office, just that kind of needed seamless experience that is desired by the end users. And so integrators are just kind of probably taking more and more heed to that want and therefore the manufacturers are producing the products to solve those problems.
Agreed. So if you want to read more about that, and I'm pretty sure it's in stock based off of the other story that we read from Extron today. So if you want to find out more about that, definitely scan the QR code and you can read the full story on rAVe Pubs. Our last news story today, another interesting one. This is from BenQ, and this is a lamp-free, filter-free, short throw WXGA projector. This is the LW600ST. So this has some kind of technology that he calls 4LED. And this is 2800 anti-lumens covering like 95% Rec 709 color coverage and 20,000 to 1 contrast ratio. So this is for education, medical, and esports markets. So this is basically being marketed by the company as like a sustainable alternative to lamp-based projectors because it's a lamp-free LED light source, so no mercury-based lamps. Apparently, the light source also draws 15% less power than traditional lamps, and it has a 20,000 hour lifetime. It can be boosted to 30,000 hours in this thing that it has like an eco mode. So the chassis is also made of post-consumer recycled materials.
Yeah, there's been a lot of focus more on creating more sustainable products, including shipping in more sustainable boxes and more sustainable methods. And I mean, with lamp technology and projection, that just like, number one, increases the overall life expectancy of the projector, therefore reducing the total cost of ownership for customers. But it also creates a more flexible and easy to use projector, because with lamp-based projectors, you can mount them upside down. You don't have to worry about the lamp dictating how the projector is going to work in the space. So, and then coupled with these sustainable measures instigated from BenQ, I think it's a good way to go. Good job, BenQ.
And for an educational space, like they're not looking to replace that projector, like every 2 years.
No.
Like they need something that's going to last and cause them like not a lot of hassle. So I do think that is a really, really great option. So definitely check that projector out. It's really cool. So the last thing we wanted to remind you of is we have some events coming up. First things first, DSC and LDI. Those conferences are coming up. Depending on what you attend, there's some education on the second. But for DSC in particular, the conference days are 4th and 5th for you to check out the expo floor. If you want to attend DSC and or LDI, you can use our code. It is just rAVe when you go and register for those. So, we'll see you in Vegas. Emily and I will be there.
I won't. You will.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. Well, I will be there. Emily will be somewhere, I guess, from home, not in Vegas.
I'll be in Palm Springs.
Oh, well, lucky for you. Continuing on, if you are interested in attending ISE 2024, we have an entry code for that as well. And Emily actually will be attending that
I will be
show.
attending that one.
She didn't have an option. So this is ISE 2024, and this is in Barcelona. It is January 31st through February 2nd. And if you are interested in going ahead and registering, definitely use our code. It is rAVE Europe, all one word, all lowercase. So, least we can do is get you free entry onto the show floor. Okay, next up, we have some upcoming virtual events. At least I know we have one that's like, we're kind of closing out, winding down for the end of the year. And this is how to successfully tap into the command and control market. This is like, this is pretty important for all you integrators out there. This is kind of a different one for AV. So definitely join this. We're going to help you figure that out. Demand has increased a ton for this since COVID-19. And we are looking forward to showing you this conversation. It's also approved for one, I think, CTSD, and CTSI. Are you?
Yeah. Eyes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think the command and control may be a little intimidating for some of the traditional integrators and Pro AV audience, or at least maybe some of the smaller guys. But I think that this Launch and Learn is going to speak to a lot of the again, how do you make these, how do you, number one, tap into this growing industry and demand that has increased, and how do you address that? But then also, how do you create successful systems, like where to start? We'll probably have some additional resources for attendees and everything. And by joining us, you get one CTS, CTSD, and CTS IRU. So if you're in need of those by the end of the year, if your renewal is coming up, make sure you register to save your spot.
Perfect. And that is November 14th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So go ahead and register. And I think that's all we have for you this week. So Emily, thanks for stepping in when Gary couldn't be here.
You're welcome.
Always love doing this for you. I know it's your favorite thing that you ever get to do. And we will see you next week, same time, same place, right here on noon Eastern, and all the places, ravepubs.com, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I think that's it. So we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.